Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and I'm here with...
Me.
We're slowly getting used to camera, guys. We're going to get there. And this is, I shouldn't say, we had an idea. Kurt had an idea. He said, let's do your top 10 snakes. I hate that idea. I hate it with a white, burning, hot passion. So I said, no, Kurt, fuck that. We're not doing that. And then he beat me a little bit. For a small guy, he's really good at punching the dick. It's the right level. So we compromised and we decided to not do that completely because it does change every day. But I'm going to share with you 5 snakes today that I find important for some reason or another, that are some of my favorites today. Ask me tomorrow, you get 5 different ones. Caleb's going to share 5 that he feels that way about. That'll be different. I get to go first because, well, it's my shit. That's how it works. And then Kurt is going to go last and show you the third sloppy second 5, I thought sloppy thirds. That will be on Patreon, so make sure if you're not on our Patreon, please join our sloppy thirds and see Kurt's snakes on Patreon. Speaking of, also, I'm supposed to tell you to like and subscribe. Apparently I always forget to do that, and then nobody likes and subscribes. And I haven't figured this out yet, so maybe somebody can tell me in the comments. Every time I watch a YouTube video, the guy's like, welcome to my channel. I'm going to tell you about these widgets. Please like and subscribe. Why the fuck am I liking you subscribe? I heard you say shit yet. So do me a favor, watch a few minutes of this, find out that I'm the kind of asshole you like, and then like and subscribe. I think that makes more sense. Like, why? Thirsty. Man, motherfuckers get thirsty. I know you've been here for 3 seconds. Please like and subscribe. I don't know what the fuck to do. Anyway, back onto the snakes. I'm going to get some of these snakes wrong, but I'm going to start with this one here because it's laying on top. This one is a pretty simple one, but I really love this animal. I love the way it looks, I love the way the combo looks. I think it really shows off the line breeding that we've worked with in Blitz. What we're looking at here is just a simple 2-gene snake. This is a Mojave Blitz. I have seen other Mojave Blitz. Yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like, y'all. If you're looking for a Mojave Blitz, this is how that shit should look. Like this. If it looks like a Mojave with a little no, don't buy it. I mean, to get high quality. If you get this kind of line, you put that into your project, you're going to be very, very happy with it. That is a damn fine looking snake. And that's why it's not for sale ever. I'm keeping it, because it's cool. It is a Mojave Blitz female. Slide over by Kit. Kevin, any thoughts on that, first of all, before I go to the next one? What's your thoughts?
I actually really like it. I think one of the first things I said when this thing came out of the egg was, damn, Blitz was made for Bell Complex snakes.
It is.
I mean, this is just... It is. It looks really nice. And even beyond just the pattern, even the colors just look phenomenal.
You guys are going to see some things that are kind of a theme in my snakes I'm picking. There will be an ordered operations here. Oh, care you. Come here. I want you next. So this is another snake with Blitz. This is our Hellfire project with Blitz. Obviously, I'm picking this because I'm really excited about it. You know, it's going to look... It looks way different than our pastel Blitz head Xanthic. It is just crazy looking. You can see the colors. There's about 3 or 4 of these back there in our collection. So this isn't the only one. This one's just pretty fresh and clean, so I thought I'd go with it. What are you trying to do down there? Trying to fit in there? You don't fit? Trying to hide? Be camera shy? But you can see that thing's growing up really nice. Looks wonderful. What I really like about these, and where I see a lot of difference versus the other ones, is how much blushing is on the top of the back and through the sides, then how much flaming is on the sides. You don't get as much of that when you're running just a standard like pastel to Blitz. The color's not near as bright, and you just don't have the pattern aberrations or the blushing or the flaming. You just don't get it. So anyway, really cool. Here, I'm gonna make you do double duties. Thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I really like it. Again, whatever. We're just gonna do this like this.
I can put that one back too.
I don't know, I really like the colors on it. A lot of the yellow pattern right there. It's just really nice and clean. It's really exciting to see what it can do.
All right, next up, just to keep in the pattern of it, is this looks like it's starting to go into a little bit of a shed cycle. A little cloudy looking, but this is a pastel Blitz Calico, 100% head SK Xanthic. So as you can even see, that the flaming here, even with the Calico, is a lot less than the flaming on that. But the Calico came out really nice. As the snake has aged, I've liked it more and more and more. When it was first born, it was honestly a little bit like, man, I was hoping to get a little more out of that. But the aging on it has been phenomenal. So I really like this animal now. I also like the fact of what it can do because we've got the head SK Xanthic in there, which is going to open up a lot of things for us. So pastel, Blitz, Calico. Yes, pastel Blitz, Calico, Head SK Xanthic, little 4-gene snake there. I'll throw the Hellfire back.
I really like this one. That is just a dope tail right there. Like, that is just amazing. I love that. The oranges. Also really excited for what this can do, but beyond that, man, like, this is just a snake where you could look at it and be like, yeah, that's done. I mean, there's things you can add to it, but even if it was just that, I'd be cool with it too. Just a phenomenal looking snake.
All right, next up is the, I don't know what the hell's in it. We were thinking maybe fire was in here when we first hatched it. I'm not so sure now. It could just be a really weird looking pastel yellow belly Xanthic. Could be could have the fire in as well. The head stamp isn't quite as light as I'd like it to be for that, but we'll see when we breed it out. But I just really like this snake. I've liked it as it aged. I like how they eat almost striped. This is just a really awesome girl right here, and she eats like a horse, so she's growing really well for us, which is really great too. Please don't poop on the table. I'll trade you back. So that is down. As you can see, we have gone. I've got one more to do after this. We went Blitz, Blitz, Xanthic, and Blitz to Xanthic. So you are going to see a theme in my 5, a lot of Blitz and a lot of Xanthic. That really shouldn't surprise anybody who watches this a lot. You should be like, yeah, called that. So anyway, what's your thoughts on this girl here?
I really like it. Like, it shows some of the things you can do with Xanthic other than, like, I don't know, I think you see a lot of Xanthics that as they get older, they kind of lose their white and silverish color. And so being able to show people that it can be done. Like, this looks nice. Even if it's, just the pastel yellow belly, that's still phenomenal, because that means it aged really well for not having a fire gene in it.
And that's the thing, and you hit a nail on the head there, because even if it doesn't have the fire in there, and we prove it to be just pastel yellow belly, that is a snake I definitely want to breed with because of how nice it really is.
Yeah.
Yep. Next one up is another one that we're still probably going to 100% confirm the genes, figure out. So this is a really nice looking, it almost looks like a it almost looks like a killer bee in the color, to be honest, except for you don't have the blushing through here. That's because this is pastel SK Xanthic fire, and I'm pretty sure the fire is actually in this one for sure. Get that head up there. I mean, the head's going to be light like a killer bee on there, but you see you don't have the blushes. So there's no killer bee here. I could show you killer bees of the same size. Yellow belly is also, I think, a possibility in this, but that's what we're working with there. So this is another little female I'm raising up that, again, multiple genes going on in there in that SK Xanthic line where we can put different stuff to it and just make some really cool animals. So I'm excited about that. What I'd really like to do for long-term disclosure is use this and at some point make a super fire Xanthic. Somebody's going to say, well, that seems fucking pointless. Here's where you're wrong. 1, you're going to guarantee you're putting fire in Xanthic and things, which makes for a powerhouse. 2, super fires aren't typically all white. They usually have these yellow splotches on them in places. And so they're really, really bright. So you should have a solid white snake almost with these splotches of silver on it, and it's going to hold the color really nice. That's kind of what we're after. We're straight silver stripe down the back, because you'll get that on those super fires sometimes too. So that's kind of where we're going with that eventually. So, and that'll also prove out what's in there. But I don't think this is super pastel. I just don't feel that, because this would be much more blushed out typically, and especially with the line we use and everything we've made. So I can trade you out if you want. Caleb, what do you think about that one?
I really like this, again, for how it looks and what it could do. You mentioned getting super fire out of this. I think it'd be really nice to just take this exact animal and add something like Orange Dream. Basically just clean up a few of those little leftover freckles and it'd be amazing. Or get Desert Ghost in that. There's a lot of cool things you could do with this.
Desert Ghost would be really cool in there.
This animal on its own as well, though, is just really pretty.
You'd also be really cool in that. 2 more genes. Another copy of pastel, which is going to blush the hell out of it and lose that contrast. But I think if you have that other copy of pastel and pin in there, where you're getting you're going to keep that much darker because it's just thin lined. You're going to have that high contrast and make that silver much more white. Yeah. Which is what I'm always after, is the black and white contrast. I'm sure Kurt's like, don't step to your right, get on the frame, you dumbass. I'm sorry, trying to stay in frame. Oh, so anything else that you want to add about these 5?
Nope.
All right, y'all, we're going to be right back in a second. And instead of me with 5 snakes, it's going to be Caleb with 5.
Alrighty, and we're back, and it's my turn to do my 5. I don't actually think there's an actual theme going on here. Most of them are different. There's a couple that probably have the same genetics or close to. So we'll talk about this one.
You kind of are all over the map.
I am.
Oh, this is Cat Missy Pants.
Yeah, this one I love. She looks pretty, right? This is a pretty looking snake, but it's not her colors that I really like about her. It's what she can do. So this is an Orange Dream Het Clown, possible Het Albino. So a lot of cool things you can do with that. Even if it doesn't prove out Het Albino, an Orange Dream Het Clown is pretty cool because you can do a lot of fun stuff with that. And I really like Clown. Orange Dream may help that age better because clowns do age like shit. And so having something that helps that would be better. Now, if she does prove Het Albino, I'm actually not going to put an albino to her. I'm actually going to do a Tofino and try and get like a Tofino clown. Because I think the lavenders on a Tofino would look amazing in clown. And I think it would look better than what albino clowns look like. But yeah, so that's why I like her. And it's also one that I raised from like 200 grams. So to see her breeding this year is awesome.
Speaking of breeding, let's see if she's got any building going on. I feel like this is a snake that's in here to piss me off. I like this snake, but it's got two genes that are not my favorite, but everybody else's favorite. And Clown for you and Orange Dream for Kurt. But I actually am really excited about this because we have a good shot at producing with her this year. I do think she's going to go. She's not there yet, but I have high hopes for her. And with that, Inchi and Orange Dream together with the Clown, I think will make a really nice, clean clown. What I like about this snake is how the blacks are very, very black. You know, you don't... It's just a nice, dark, clean animal. That's what the Orange Dream really does, is it ages really cleanly. Mm-hmm. And that's a good-looking snake.
Yeah. And, get a Orange Dream clown out of that, and you could breed that back to her and get Super OD clowns, and that would look really cool.
Just because you picked the big ones, I'm going to slide over here.
Yeah,
You
go
get
ahead.
the next one, put this one back.
All right, and then there's this one. I love this one for literally everything. Like, there's nothing wrong with this snake. What it can do, how it looks, it's phenomenal. So this is a cinnamon Enchi, so an allelic combo. So no matter what, we'll either make cinnamons or Enchi. Pastel yellow belly. So a lot of people I've posted this and sent this to is like, wow, that's really yellow for a cinnamon. Something with a cinnamon combo, especially when you look at cinnamon pastels, they're very grayish. But that Enchi, I mean, just an Enchi cinnamon's really red, so you add that pastel and yellow belly, and man, it really brightens this thing up crazy. When this first hatched out, all this faded stuff was actually really, really dark too. I never imagined she would fade out like this, and this is awesome. I mean, you could throw this into a freeway project, and you get freeways, and then if you got a super asphalt, it'd be freeways and super asphalts with cinnamon or Enchi, because that will always pass on. There's just so many things you could do with this. I mean, you could even throw, like, with how yellow this is, I think it would look kind of cool to see what Xanthic would do to that, stripping away all that color.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would look phenomenal. I really do.
But before you get the Xanthic, run over the genes in this one more time for me.
So cinnamon, Enchi, pastel, yellow belly.
So I want to make a point really quick about this snake. You got an allelic combo, you got a 4-gene animal, but none of those genes are the genes that you would consider to be, the new thing,
right,
or the high-end thing, or the super chase thing. They're kind of some of that old school, forgotten about stuff. Yet, as far as the visual appeal goes, I would put this snake against a lot of the crazy stuff that comes out. Is considered. I mean, it just looks amazing. The colors are, it's like a tangerine almost through there. And that's how it's aged. It's just an amazing animal. The point I guess I want to make is beautiful doesn't always have to mean, using the new genes. It's finding ways to use the genes we have, whether they're new or whether they're old, in a combo that looks really good. And truth be told, for the people who follow the market a lot, some of your most successful people in this, it's literally what they did.
Yeah.
I was having the comments with somebody before, and they talked about JKR, actually, or Canova, whatever the fuck we're going to call it nowadays. And I was like, but that's how he got this invest in new genes. Like, no, if you look at the genes that really took off and shot that up, he's been out for a long time.
Yeah.
The only really new thing in there was Stranger.
Right.
But Clown wasn't new.
No.
Red Stripe wasn't new.
No, Spot Nose wasn't
Spot Nose wasn't new.
Black Pastel.
Black
Yellow
Pastel.
Belly.
None of that was new.
Right.
It was finding ways to make beautiful animals with the genes that then caused that to take off. So this is a prime example of a really, really beautiful snake.
I mean, not even a recessive in that. A lot of people think recessive's the way to go. While this snake is probably not going to be worth the same as recessives, maybe some single gene recessives, but with stuff in it won't. But that thing is just, and it's aging really, really well.
Oh yeah,
it is brightened up. Like this black was solid black, so it's it's aging really well. There's no orange dream. There's no fire. It's something to make that age well. It's just
God, if you put some fire in that,
yeah,
woo,
yeah,
beautiful snake. That's the point I want to make. Is beauty comes from the art of it. It doesn't come from the new, latest, greatest. In my opinion.
For sure.
Speaking of beauty, that next one you're playing is gonna be beautiful too.
So this one is also another one that I have always said since it hatched out was I really like how this looks. And this is a Killer Blast scaleless head. So you can kind of see if she will get her head out. You can see the scaleless in there. But if you look at a lot of Killer Blasts, they just don't look as nice as this. So that has something to do with the scaleless head affecting that. There's a lot more white, I think, in here. It looks much better, much cleaner. This is just an amazing looking snake. But again, something that could do incredible things. You make scaleless out of this. You can make, just even adding a spider gene in there would look, or another.
Don't add a spider to that.
Oh yeah, you're right. This is the one with the spider. Sorry, but adding. Even fire or orange dream.
Fire would be, yeah.
Xanthic. Oh, so many cool things you could do with this. You're right. Alrighty. But beautiful snake. I just love that white though. And phenomenal looking. And the yellow's on that belly. That's a great looking snake. Again, another snake that even if you didn't want to do anything else to it, it by itself is perfect.
Thank you. I did a lot of good work on that. I really like this animal. It is one of those. To me, this is an animal that's similar to the Calabi. Is the look equates to more than the sum of its parts. It's like, I think I kind of picked my 5 with his eye on like certain things I want to do, and you picked your 5 really with a lot of it based on the beauty of the animal. And I appreciate that greatly because this thing is just amazing looking. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take this one away from you to get your last one. Or not your last one, there's 2 more.
2 more. All right, this one right here is probably of the bunch one of my favorites. I am so excited about this. This is a Sentinel, which is a recessive mutation that is also potentially the same or allelic to Paint. My guess is they are the same. I'm just going to throw that out there now. But just look how crazy this thing is on the side, that belly. There is so many cool things I have running through my head that'll look good with this. Calico, yellow belly, blitz, spot nose. This thing just, even by itself, is just a crazy looking animal. Mm-hmm. Something that's just also just really unique. There's not many, other than Paint, but you have some genes that start to kind of look the same or don't have a huge variation. But you look at that, and that thing is just unlike anything else.
We just dropped a video today, but for you guys it's about a week ago probably. We talked about jumping into new genes and new projects. And Sentinel's not brand new and Paint's not brand new. They've been out a bit. You hit the nail on the head when you looked at this and we could see all these projects we wanted to run into it. That's when you know it's something you should jump into. Don't jump in because we're a bunch of little kids playing soccer. Everybody's just chasing a fucking ball. But when you can see things, you're like, oh man, I would love to see this with this. I'd love to see this with that. Then you're jumping into a project that not only are you going to be able to make a profit on, hopefully, but you're going to be passionate about. Yeah. And that is way more fun. Yeah,
this thing is just sick. I'm super excited about it as well.
Yeah, it basically just got out of the quarantine phase for us, too.
Yeah.
And it's growing well. It's eating well. I bet it's doubled in size since we got it. What do you think?
Yeah.
It's just an amazing animal.
Yeah, I'm excited to plug that in next year.
Oh, yeah, I hope he's ready. I'll be making hets, but,
Still.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and then there's this right here, which is nothing crazy by itself. This is just a single gene clown. And it's not even a holdback, we'll be honest.
Nope, we're selling that shit.
It's for sale. The reason why I chose that is clown is one of my favorite genes. It always has been. And we have a male clown here, and I do enjoy him. But Enchi Clown is just not my jam, right? I love when they start getting the little drops down and the spots and the pattern on them. And you take an inchy clown and it basically just turns it into a stripe. Still looks really good. But I wanted to highlight clown, and he does not highlight what I like about clown very well. And so you can add things in, and I love clown, even in its base form. It's just one of my favorites to, they look really good as babies, but as they age, if you don't have something in there that helps them out, they age really crappy.
They do. And, this is my only one I was surprised when you picked, because it is like an NFL snake, not for long. And what I mean by that is that this is not going to stay in our collection. This is going to get sold. It'll be offered on Patreon first, obviously, and then if it doesn't sell there, it'll go to a show with us or something. And it's going to go away. Because I don't even remember if it's male or female.
I think it's a male.
We got no use for it either way, and so sayonara, you son of a bitch. But it is a cool looking snake. It is a really nice example of clown.
Yeah.
I really like how the sides are.
It's also the first clown I've ever hatched out, or been a part of hatching out.
It's not our first one, but I can tell you clown was a struggle for us. We've hatched a lot of clown. We've also hatched several that were, thanks to the male you mentioned, that were, they were so kinked. I mean, they could have been an X-rated movie. Like, it was bad. And not a normal X-rated movie. Like,
bad.
Yeah, the one that you feel bad for watching. It could have been that bad. They were so kinked, and so clown's been a struggle for us. One, I didn't put enough time and attention into it because it's your jam. It's really not my jam. It's just, they're all right. They're just not my favorite. Meh. I'm meh on that one. I made it and I'm meh. It's cool. We're going to make more clown. Yeah, especially now that we have a male that doesn't throw, horror shows.
Just look at that belly and stuff. I just love that. I love these snakes.
All right.
Curtis, do you have any questions about any of the snakes for us or him?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to get off of here. Make sure you watch the Patreon version. If you're not a Patreon member, sign up. You can throw $5 at it. It ain't that expensive, and you can buy and sell snakes in a scam-free environment and without drama. You also have a great Discord, and if you get tired of listening to me, just go to Discord. And that's just for members, and I don't run that. Anna does. So check it out. It's a lot of fun, and I will catch you all later.
Yeah.